They weren't in my
never know. You know, maybe.
Right. So the guy's doing a really good job.
an eye in the way.
Hello.
Oh!
Thanks for being here. Thanks for clicking on our faces. Tonight, as usual, we are here to discuss the newest episode of Superman and Lois. Tonight, it is, of course, season 4, episode 8. Now, what I thought was interesting about this episode, apparently, as I was like getting the images together, apparently this episode was directed by Lex Luthor, the actor who plays Lex. He actually directed this episode, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. But before we get into the episode proper, let's get into a little bit of the news here. But also let's acknowledge our cool friend here, Silhouetted Animator. Thank you for joining us. Hello. Doing pretty well here. But let's get into a little bit of, geek culture news. Now,
Woo!
we all know that there's going to be a live action How to Train Your Dragon. I'm very excited for that. I love the animated version, but it was just released today that the live action Toothless revealed in the latest trailer. Now, this was a point of contention for a lot of people because outside of being issues with other castings that have taken place in the film, people were concerned, how are they going to make Toothless look? Is he going to look a little bit too realistic, too live action, kind of like House of the Dragons? But in the trailer, he looks very much like the cartoon. Like, look, this is from
Nice,
guys, right?
Yeah,
It looks
nice.
like the daggone cartoon. Just for reference, that's Toothless on the left in the cartoon. And here we are in the live action. I think they did a fantastic job from what I see of it so far. What do you think of it?
Oh, so let me be the first to sit here and say I've never watched any of these movies, by the way. No, I haven't seen the Superior. I don't have my Superman cup. It's somewhere on the side. I wanted to just show mine was better. But I gotta say, but the dragon wise, he looked great. I do like when they try to keep to the source, right? And don't take any like liberties and anything like that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson from Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Hello. That was awful.
It was
horrible.
It was horrible. Hey, thanks for being here.
Oh, no, I found my cup, so we can ask the people here.
You have your cup. Put your cup up. Let me see your cup.
No, okay. Look, this is my cup, right? But full disclosure. Sorry, it's a lipstick mark. My cup changes with the heat. So when I have hot stuff in here, the full comic pulls up in the background. So I do believe I'm the winner. I'd show you.
Well, actually, I don't want to brag, but I could throw mine to the ground and it won't break. So mine's is clearly better in this Kryptonian technology. So I got you beat, See the Superior. Sorry.
You let us know in the comments who has the better cup. But keep in mind, mine is heat activated. So there's that little extra feature.
Well, I got heat activated when they had that first design for Sonic the Hedgehog. That's when I had heat activation.
Facts. But let's get into the episode proper. It's a lot to discuss. Firstly, the episode opens up. We see Lex. He's full, Lex Luthor. No longer the jagged edged Lex Luthor. He shaved his beard off. He's ready for the camera. Because we see in this episode that he has set up a whole kind of live interview throwing Lois's name through the mud, but we'll get into it. But as she's learning of her status, we see Lois and Clark earlier in the episode. They said this is the day she's going to find out if she's fully cured from cancer, or if she still has to go get some additional radiation, some additional treatment. So our girl Lois is officially cured. I honestly thought that this happened before this. I swear to God, they said something about her not having cancer. But I guess
I thought she was cleared from that a while ago too. Yeah.
Officially, she's cancer-free as of this episode, so hooray for her. But this is where it got a little tasteless, right, in my opinion, because as she's in the hospital, fully got her, her paperwork saying you're good to go, you schedule your, reconstruction surgery. As she's walking down the stairs, messy, whatever this is, Metropolis Hospital, they got this damn Lex interview playing in the hospital televisions. Like, they know Lois is there. They know she's a patient there.
So what?
What do you mean, so what? That is so like tacky and like messy. Because keep in mind, this is a tell-all. This Godfrey guy, this television show, he's doing it for the ratings, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure they promoted the hell out of this interview prior to. So why the messy people at the hospital want to have her come in the day of the interview and have it playing on the hospital television? That's messy. I don't like it.
I don't think they realized that Lois was going to be there, and they just, I think the timing was a little off.
I guess. But let's get into some of these comments here. It's a little bit, and we got Bill A. Thanks for being here. Hello.
Hey, Bill.
A short while ago. Seems like a filler episode for such a short season. I guess I feel like each episode should count. You know what? For me, I didn't so much feel like it was a filler episode because I feel like we got a lot of back and forth this episode, but maybe it was. Do you feel like it was a filler episode there, Poopa?
No, not so much. You know what I think, and Bill could comment on it. Is it because there wasn't a whole lot of action? I think there was a lot more sit down talking, and that was to progress the story. And then we got a little bit of action towards the end. So maybe that's why it might have felt like a filler. But I just thought of it as a regular episode, honestly, to myself, personally.
Oh, okay, same. But we got Lex looking like golden age Lex, right? He shaved the beard. And he's ready for the camera.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Disliked it. I mean, it's cool that they went to the source. Matter of fact, there's a particular picture that I sometimes see online of Lex, and bald head, clean shaved, and the black suit. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it, But I'm not gonna lie, the biker, the biker beard and everything, I was feeling it. So I just gotta get used to this look. I was so used and accustomed to him, like always ready to smash a beer bottle on your head. But now it looks like he's ready to sell real estate.
Yeah, yes, he does. But let's get into one final comment here before we get back into the show. Brian Game tonight, thanks for being here. Not a filler, but certainly a setup for what will be happening. Okay, yeah, it definitely felt like a setup. They were laying the foundation for like something that's going to happen next episode. But let's get into the next couple scenes here. Of course, I feel like it was messy for the hospital to be playing, this smear campaign all on the television where Lois is there, but I digress.
Please.
We also get to see our boy John Henry Irons and his daughter. They're back. They are still working with the DOD, so much so that they rarely get any time off, and they're kind of at least she is kind of grappling with not having life as a teenager. And still continuing this work where her dad, he's saying, hey, if you did this just because your grandfather asked you to, you don't have to do it anymore. Like, Superman's back, we can get out of this. And she seemed to be like kind of considering it, kind of thinking about it. But that's where that scene left off. Because they get an emergency stress call, like in distress, someone's in distress. The bat signal for John Henry Irons went off. And he got
not the Batcave.
Yeah, he got to this scene of this incident. There was like some kind of car hit a tree, and I'm thinking they're calling in this DOD. He's technically Iron Man. He's the Iron Man, and they're calling him in for damn fender benders and stuff.
Don't. No. They would never call Tony for that. No, don't do that to Tony.
That's what he did, because when he showed up, this guy, he pulled him out of a car wreckage, right?
Yeah.
And this is what they're using.
You're laughing at his glasses. You're totally laughing at his glasses. It took me a minute to realize, I don't want to jump the gun here, because I had to watch this twice, because I paid this guy no mind to begin with, that this guy was actually setting Seal up. He set up Seal.
Mm-hmm. Because it is kind of discussed later or revealed later that his name is Milton. And he's working with Vanessa and with Lex, trying to set him up, right? And furthermore, not only is his name Milton, I looked him up. He's Milton Fine, aka
No, he ain't.
well, aka Brainiac. This is our introduction to Brainiac in this series. I said, "Oh, this is kind of cool. He looks like Sheldon."
That's so great to see these shows just fusing together. We have the Big Bang Theory somehow colliding with Superman and Lois. That is great. Yeah. So this is what you're saying. This is a Sheldon who, what is it? When you was in his spot, he was going to blow you up. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
But do you like this Brainiac here? Like, what did you think?
No, that's not Brainiac. Brainiac, first off, you see that Bluetooth in the air? Brainiac would never. I don't believe this to be Brainiac. I've seen that all the stuff here. I see stuff on Twitter, and it's saying, look, when we were doing Acting for All Along, we kept saying we're going to, what was Demon Boy's name? I forget his name.
Dean.
No, the one that everyone kept saying. Yeah. I stopped listening to people, so I don't believe this to be Brainiac at all. I think this.
If you look it up, they said they specifically called him Milton, right? And the only Milton that I know of in like Superman lore is Milton Fine, aka Brainiac. But let's get into some of these comments. Like we have quite a few here. Let's see here.
I don't think so at all. I think Milton is a candy bar.
Hold on, we got here. They said, hold on, Milton is just Milton. From Silhouette Animator, Milton ain't Brainiac. He is Scott the won't sit.
Oh, well, I thought he was going to call him Scott Pilgrim. That would have been cool.
Hey, TG, thanks for being in. Milton, such a white guy name. I haven't met him. I actually know. The funny thing is, I think I do know Milton from my office, and he's a black guy. So it's a universal name, apparently. But let's see here. From Bill A. I hope so, Brian. But these next 2 episodes will hopefully be a grand slam. Okay.
Like the use of the word. Good job.
Let me see here. Amanda. Oh, that's her name. I thought it was Vanessa. I don't know why I'm thinking. Maybe from what's his name? Kingpin.
Vanessa. Vanessa, I just made you an omelet. Do you want one? I ate mine.
So a Silhouette Animator says Amanda, I think, is the real Brainiac. She seems to be in charge of manipulating.
Silhouette is really on to something, because even earlier you mentioned like Lex Luthor's with this whole stuff. She's the one planning all this, saying, "Hey, do this interview," and we're going to talk a little bit more when later on, because there's a funny scene in this episode. But she's the one planning everything, even take control when Luthor is like, "I don't like it, shut it down," and she says, "No, just because this ain't your plan, ain't mean we're going to stop that. We're doing this." So yeah, no, she is the real Brainiac.
But keep in mind, she's been like heading the company for the last 17 years. He's been in prison.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure it's like hard for her to like, kind of give up that power. And even Milton kind of like was saying, "Oh, well, I can do my job if you stop trying to pretend you're the head."
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but Brian Game Night said
that's interesting.
Before he becomes Brainiac. Okay, so let's get into any more comments regarding Brainiac before we get into the episode. All right, nope. So let's get back into the next couple scenes, guys.
Sure.
So again, we see this is revealed to be our Brainiac. But
you don't even have the chin structure to be Brainiac. Please.
Brainiac he's a thinker, right? He uses his mind. So, but we'll see. Well, hopefully it's revealed in the next few episodes, because again, this is the final season. But we do see that once Lois sees that Lex is over here talking smack about her on live TV, she said, hold on, I'm about to respond. I gotta say something, because not only is he talking smack about her, he challenges her to a debate that night. He didn't even give her any prep time. He's like, show up tonight at 7 to respond to these allegations. And no hand clap, because how dare you challenge me for a same day debate, sir? You had all of this time to prep, and you want me to show up same day? So she's thinking,
whose fault is that?
Let me write a response, right? She said, let me just type it out. She's a writer, right? And of course, Clark is like, all right, you can type it out, but I need to proofread it because you about to go off on him. So then we see Clark proofreading her stuff when she's cursing out Lex. But it was during this scene that there were some protesters outside, and they're gonna throw a brick through the window at Lois. luckily, Superman caught it just in the nick of time. But John Henry Irons, who was also there, he noticed that, our boy Superman was slow with the reaction time, right? He wasn't on it like he usually is. So after letting our couple know that, hey, Otis or whatever his name is, he's still, he's going to talk, but he's, still in the pen, right? He's there like one witness against Lex. But no, not only is he still in the pen, he was off. Jeff Epstein or whatever his style, right? They took him out before he can confess on record. So that was interesting to find out. But John Henry Irons noticed that Superman's reaction time is off.
Did you peep that? Did you peep that though, or first before he said anything? Because I didn't even peep that. I said, "Oh, Superman do Superman thing," not realizing like, oh, he's very slow. Like, I don't know. I was just curious if anyone else peeped that because I didn't think nothing of it.
Let us know in the comments if you peeped it first, because for me, I was like, oh yeah, he's saving lives. He stopped it from Ender. It's still ahead of time.
That was literally my first thought. I said he saved Lois. He accomplished the mission, but I just thought that was such a good eye for them to mention. Now, granted, I think we as the viewers, we already know like he's losing his powers and stuff like that, his hearing and all the powers. But I don't know. I just didn't think nothing of that scene, and I think it was cool that they magnified that a little bit. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, it shows how capable, John Henry Irons is and how, attentive he is. And that's why the DOD hired him. They got to make him weapons. He's out there in the shed doing the dang thing. But also, after this scene, we do get back into the boys. The boys are out here living like superstars. They got crowds of girls running after them in Smallville, talking about Jordan's so hot. They want to see the boys in live action.
He's not hot.
Not you, his biggest hater for real.
What are you talking about? Like, these like they just can't say anything. Like, what do you mean? Look at the fashion.
The girls are feeling them. Apparently, they say, "Hey."
No, he feels himself. Look, I don't know what is happening here, but go on.
But amidst all of this attention that they're getting, Jonathan, he gets the call from his girlfriend, pretty much saying that, yeah, we can't be together. I don't want to be together anymore. And I don't know how you feel about it.
Wait, what did it sound like? Hold up. What is it? I don't want to be with you. Was she stuttering? Did she slip on ice?
He sent him some kind of message, but we do see later when he tried to get her on the phone, trying to smooth it over, like, hey, baby, please, right? Not only did he get rejected, but he got rejected with everybody watching. Like, damn, can he get some privacy while he's talking to his girlfriend? Why y'all just looking at him from across the room, hearing everything he says? Like, that's so awkward to me.
Well, I mean, for comedy purposes, like, you never stood there and watched one of your friends get like dumped.
No. If anything, you're like trying to coach them on what to say if you're there at all. But usually, you give them a little privacy. Like, shit. Like,
I do. No, I do what John said. Look, what he said, like, I'm this Switzerland of relationships or something. I forget what term he used. What did I think about this? It was a nice little story for the boys to do something. They got to have the boys on here. I was confused. Why? I was like, wait, what did John do? Because John seemed like a really, really good boyfriend. So I was like, why would you break up with him? But you know why it was that she broke up with him, right?
She couldn't take the heat. She couldn't.
No. Like, once you get a friend request from Jamie Kennedy, it's all downhill from there. So I guess she immediately said, absolutely not. I don't have anything to do with you, because I don't think this is just the same Jamie Kennedy that was like on these movies all them years ago, like 20, 30 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with actors. I'm hoping this is the same actor I'm thinking about. He was in
person is. I don't know.
Malibu. You guys in the chat, help me out here. Was he in Malibu Most Wanted? Because I swear that sounded like that. Okay.
I think so. That sounds like the guy. The what's it called? Was he like some kind of like, Malibu's Most Wanted? Yeah. I don't know who he is, if he's an in-universe celebrity or what, but let's get into these comments. Brainiac looks like one of those guys from San Francisco that uses technology for his social media network. Yes, I agree. Silhouette animator Clark on borrowed time, he's growing old and live another 25 years, maybe, hopefully another 25 years, like ideally.
I love Silhouette. I mean, this guy is so talented. Not only is he in the chat with us, he's also a doctor. I love that he just died in those clock.
Right. Only 25 years to go.
Don't worry, Clock. Thanks for saving our lives, but you're here for another 25, so just make sure the earth is good before you go.
But shout out to the chat. We got 42 of you guys in here so far. Thank you for being here. Drop a comment in the chat. Let us know what you think about the episode, and we'll highlight it and discuss it with you. We got Jamie Kennedy of Son of the Mask fame.
It was the Son of the Mask. He ruined that movie. There was no reason for it. There was never a reason for a sequel. And now I have someone to blame. Thank you. Who put that up? We want to make sure I compliment that person. Who put that up? Oh, Silhouette. Silhouette. Thank you for that. Now I hate Jamie Kennedy. Matter of fact, I would have blocked him if I saw that. I said absolutely not. Block.
We got TG said one of the twins still acting creepy. Yeah, you know who it is. It's Jordan all the time. Jordan is creepy. I don't care about Candace. See, I agree. Like, why is Candace getting so much story time? Who gives a damn about Candace? Like, why?
What does she do? What does she do to you guys?
Right. There's other fish in the sea, John. I agree. It's a mess. Even when they.
No, go ahead. Finish, please. No, finish. Finish your thought.
Even when she showed up again later in the episode, I didn't even bother like getting an image. I was like, I'm just so sick of him. Yeah, long story short, guys, he ends up showing up to her in person. They make up. That's it. I'm like, this could have been an email.
He was trying to do that. That's what he was doing. He was sending an email, a text, and then I forgot what the girl's name is, Syl's daughter. And she did the right thing, saying, look, if you really love her, then you'll go out there. I mean, look, he could freaking fly out there. It's not like he has to take a plane or anything like that. I thought it was cute. It was nice. You say these things about Candace, but
I don't like her.
You know, like I don't have a big like, oh man, I like her stuff, but I'm happy for my boy Jonathan.
For Jonathan. It's not that I don't like her, it's just that I don't care for her. It's like, why are we wasting valuable screen time?
Oh, I'm sorry, because my brain, I'm drinking coffee as we're doing this, so my brain is moving at the speed of sound here. You was talking about I saw that. It's Rise. How dare you? Okay. But you're saying there's other fish in the sea, but see, that's the thing with Jonathan. He don't want fish. Most people have fish so they can eat it. He's not trying to eat his date. He's trying to take his date out to get fish.
He wants the cat. But let's do one more of these comments before we get into the episode some more. I find the dark-haired one too moody. The other one is hot. Okay, so Jordan is too moody, but the other one, Jonathan, is the prize, is what you're saying. And I can agree. Jonathan's the pick of the litter, if we're being honest. He's the responsible one. He's the one who's, has the more control of his powers. And, then there's always got a problem, Jordan. But anyway.
But meanwhile, one of the girls said, oh, he's hot.
Right. He's the one getting the appeal from Lindsay and the
it's the grunge look that he has. He kind of have like that somewhat try to be
little bad boy.
Nah, like it looks like so. What's the other one's name? Not Jonathan. I'm sorry, I mix all these names up here.
Jordan is the problem child, and then there's Jonathan, the golden.
Jordan looks like he listened to My Chemical Romance, but kinda.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of appeal that he got. So it's My Chemical Romance, kinda. Oh, you like that one? Thank you.
But let's get into the episode. We are back with Lex. We see him in Metropolis. He's on set at the Godfrey show. And it made me wonder when we were looking at this episode, because we see all of these background characters. And I wonder if these are actually, the staff on the show. Like, did they say, hey, get from behind the camera, get on in front of the camera and just do a couple things? Because the way the scene was set up, I don't know if these are extras or these are just people that actually work on the show that they put into the show, if that makes sense. So
okay. So like not actual cast members, but like people who are behind the scenes that do camera and everything like that. They might have had some extra people and say, hey, do you want to just be on camera and do some things here? I mean, and that role wasn't. Oh, go ahead, please.
No, because the role wasn't too big. No one really had a speaking line. It was just like reaction. Didn't necessarily seem super professional, but the acting ability. So I'm like, are these people that are just behind this, behind the camera usually? Now they're in front of the camera, which would be cool. That would be cool if that's the case.
I think that would be cool too. I think you're onto something here, but I also want to say they did their roles of them playing slobs. They nailed that shit, bro. Like, I mean, you know what I loved about this scene because it was comical to me because I think there was it was comical to me, but I think there was things to point out about Lex. So you see them like one guy has his coffee, he puts it somewhere. Someone is knocking crumbs on the floor. There's a few other things going on. So I got out of this as one is that when Lex don't have stuff under control, he gets not nervous, but his anxiety kicks in because he's used to being in control. He can't control these people. He's not telling these people to stop. Now, granted, I do have to say, I would have told the dude who knocked the crumbs on the floor, like, bro, who raised you? And the other thing I got out of this is, bro's a neat freak. He didn't like that. He hated all that.
For me, it was a little unclear at first. I was like, are they trying to imply that he has like some kind of powers, like super hearing, super sensitivity to stuff? I'm like, what's going on here? But it was just them trying to highlight him having like some sort of panic attack or super.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, a panic attack.
Yes. Well, when they did that sound, that's supposed to be like his anxiety and he's hitting his breaking point.
Yeah, but let us know what you think, guys, in the comments here. Wait, we're still talking about Jamie Kennedy? The Jamie Kennedy experiment.
I hate him so much.
What? Wasn't that on the CW though? Maybe there's a callback to the old Jamie Kennedy experiment. I feel like that was on the CW back in the day. Yeah,
it's the CW sitting there saying we made a mistake.
Yeah, in case you forgot.
Yeah, we didn't forget about you, Jamie.
He started to scream. Yeah, I remember him being a scream as well.
I screamed too.
But yeah, let's we got a whole bunch of comments here. Sorry, I'm trying to get to everyone's here.
And we see you guys in the chat.
Saying, yep, each one was making a mess, bringing out Lex's OCD. Okay, yeah, correct. Yep. Lex said there were too many variables. Yeah, he seems like he was losing it, right?
Yeah.
TJ Jordan does look like he listens to My Chemical Romance.
I think Slipknot and Korn is a tad bit much for him. I think
he does get that little angsty, mom, I'm mad at my mom.
Well, he had all of that in season 1. I feel like he's mellowed throughout the season, but the first few episodes of season 1, I thought he listened to Slipknot and Eminem for the late 90s and early 2000s.
Shout out to Slipknot, the rockin' band. But to get back to Superman and John Henry Irons, he does a full diagnosis on Superman, and he was able to uncover that the heart that he has, again, a human heart that he received from his father-in-law, ain't cutting it. It ain't up to snuff. It's not healing the way it should, and it's pretty much affecting everything in his body. And again, John Henry Irons, so I'm like, you got about a couple years. You got an average lifespan here. You're no longer healing.
Right.
So what did you think about that, knowing that our Superman is, deteriorating?
So I was talking with my mom a little bit about this. She hasn't finished watching this episode, but she was pointing out something I've said before, like, that's going to play a factor in this season about the heart. He's used to having a Kryptonian heart and a human heart. It's something about that just doesn't match up. That's why, like, I'm not a surgeon or anything like that, but they always try to find a match for certain people and like, oh, this works and this will work. This wasn't going to work. So I just thought they pretty much said what I thought. That this was there was going to be some kind of setbacks here.
But so speaking of not knowing what's going to happen next, speaking of slight setbacks and delays, we do have someone who was a little delayed, but they are here now. So come up to the stage, Vic, if you're ready, and let us know what you thought about the diagnosis of Clark and his human heart and how it's not necessarily up to snuff.
I thought it was very new. Like they figured out a way to make Superman get old, which deviates completely from any other Superman we've ever had anywhere. This is Lifetime Superman. So lifetime. Like they figured it out. You know what I mean? Like they really figured it out. Like it's something that
it's an interesting take.
Yeah, it really is because since this is the last season, you know, but they leave it very vague, right? Because he's like, all right, you could live decades, but you're gonna slow down. Like you're not gonna have powers. You know what I mean? So like, I wonder what the kids are thinking about. Like, you know what I mean? Even though like he had gotten a different heart and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like the aging process is actually hitting Superman. Like, hey, what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as well that they covered this because I don't remember this in any other like Superman. But
so you know, real quick, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but someone was posting on Twitter because I'm not like I know enough about Superman lore, but they were mentioning like this is kind of not the first time they've done something where they found a way to age Superman. So I just thought that was interesting.
But shout out to the chat. We got 64 of you guys in here so far. Thanks for being here. Drop a comment and let us know what you thought of the show. But we get back to the Godfrey show, right? The live smear campaign of Lois Lane.
I swear that should have been Maury. That really should have been Maury.
It's giving like I don't even know, like a Rush Limbaugh, like somebody, like something.
Oh, he's just sitting there with the cards and his legs crossed, and he's just giving like you're not the father.
But very biased though, very heavily biased towards Lex. But shout out to Lois.
Lex is bringing the
show up. She pulled up same day, right? Ready and prepared. But I thought it was interesting that when Lex was spewing all of these things, you know, all of his hate campaign against Lois, saying that, you know, she had it in for him, doing all of this spin, he pulled up the footage of the fight from the last episode saying, yo, her husband attacked me.
He did.
But the way it was flipped, like he is spinning the hell out of this narrative. And yeah, he had the footage and everything. But Lois, of course, she always come prepared. She's like, okay, well, I got a little evidence to bring to the table as well. She said, I got your daughter who's about to testify.
And that's when you saw right there with Lex. Because Lex, he has a really good poker face. But right here, when he saw that, he said, and he says this out loud. To me, this is evidence as F. He says, I didn't agree to this.
Because he knew the rug was about to be pulled out.
Not for nothing, I didn't agree to you shaving your beard either, Luther. So please, right. I think we're even. I think we're even.
He just put on. He just put on like another 10 years.
Yeah, he definitely did. Shaving the beard definitely aged his face a little bit, and it's funny because shave your beard, you're supposed to look younger. He looked a little older with the beard shave.
And honestly, you should never listen to those people. Just listen to me. I've had a beard for like 7-8 years. If you can grow it, keep it going. And if someone tells you to cut it off, you cut them off. Like that one, didn't you? That was a good one. I came up there at the top of my noggin.
Great advice, great advice. But also simultaneously, while this interview is taking place, we see over with John Henry Irons that his tech is also being taken over. We see he's out on his screen. He's got some kind of virus in there, and it's being taken over by none other than our Milton, aka possibly Brainiac. Again, I still feel it's Brainiac, but he's taken over the suits, so much so that he's sent it after our super family with John Henry Irons in the larger suit. So we see that a fight takes place. He meets up with Superman. Of course, John Henry Irons warns him like, "Hey, I can't stop the suit. You gotta, you gotta come, make it happen, do something because it's coming to attack you." The whole fight takes place while simultaneously the little baby, the junior suit, is out here attacking the boys. Right?
Oh, they blew that suit up.
They made quick work of the suit. And meanwhile,
no, it really wasn't quick. I mean, it took a while. It's just they realized that if you use your beams, that's just gonna.
Compared to this fight, he was struggling the whole time in the air, and they got rid of this suit with 2 little beams.
Yeah, well, I mean, this ain't Superman 1988 here. We're talking about Superman 3025.
Oh yeah, he's like the heart condition. I was thinking, please.
Yeah, we're talking. It's honestly painful seeing Superman out there just getting his ass kicked. I just want him to hang up the cape, hang up the curl. It's over, please. Just be on the Life Alert commercials. Just I hate seeing Superman like this.
What I thought was interesting too in this episode, the contrast between Superman and how he doesn't really bring his boys out to fights, right? Even though they're superpowered, versus John Henry Irons, who always got his baby girl out here in the fields wrecking. Like, is she in the fields wrecking? She in the lab cooking? Like, she everywhere where this man is, right? And I thought it was interesting. Like, why not bring your sons out to, you know, help them help you, because you're losing your powers for one,
That was
and two,
right there.
kind of train them in the ways to be, because they're going to have to take your place because you're losing your effing powers, bro. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, he's being a father. He's
Mhm.
being a protective father. He wants to make sure. I mean, like, just like he said when they had the meeting, you know, I wanted you to have the life that I had. You know, he's afraid of the kids being exposed. He's afraid of all of those things. And like, I personally think that that's Lois rubbing off on him,
Okay.
because she's very like worried about shit. And, you know, he's always there to be her knight in shining armor. But, you know, at the same time, like, you know, when your wife is worried about something, you try to, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You be
So,
No. Nope.
do you guys feel, if that's the case, do you guys feel like John Henry Irons is being irresponsible with his daughter by bringing her out in the battlefield and allowing her to be in these places?
No, I don't think so, because also too, I was gonna say for her, I'm just gonna say, what's her age? 17, 18, maybe. She's old enough to make her own decisions. So I think that no, I don't think so. I think if it was too wild or too ridiculous for her, I think he would definitely be like, baby girl, sit back. But he knows that she's able to handle her own, and she also can make her own decision. So no.
I mean, but she's also a representation of the young women not being like controlled and held down and things like that. Like, even though like in this society we have this battle of the sexes now, you know, she represents being capable, like, you know, a woman that's capable. She might be young, but she's super smart. She's just as smart as her father. And
Right.
So
if
for
she was
me,
my kid, I'd be proud as fuck. Man, I'll tell you what.
I'll be proud too, but for me, it's a little irresponsible having her out there in the field like that. Because one, she's like, what, 16, 17, around there.
Okay.
Sure.
And he had her out there fighting Doomsday, bro.
Yeah.
She just got this suit. Like, at what point are we going to say, hey, baby girl, sit back? It's wild.
I'll sit here and
Ain't
say
got
this.
no more.
I am, yeah, she don't have to suit anymore. Now, the Doomsday stuff is ridiculous. I do agree. That's ridiculous. But your every week of the mill villain, no. But Doomsday, yeah, that was silly. That one I'm thinking, that was dumb. Well, you know what it is? You know what I've learned about the parents of Smallville? They don't want to be parents, so they find a way to get rid of their children. And he said he saw what Doomsday did to Superman and said, I like your work.
I mean, but
Right
you know
after
what?
Lois.
Though? I sympathize with him because, like, he's a single father,
Uh-huh.
and he's trying to deal with this girl,
Mhm.
and he doesn't have a woman to like.
Well, isn't he with Lana? I mean, he's with
Oh,
Lana.
yeah, they
What
got
I'm
a
saying
little
is, like,
relationship.
look, like for example, look, I bet you when this little girl got her first period, he didn't know what to do. You know
He
what I
probably
mean?
didn't.
He didn't know how to talk to her and how to what to say. Like, you know what I mean? She's probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
I disagree with that 100%. You know why? Because they come from the future, right? I'm pretty sure their Google is twice as advanced than ours.
Yeah.
He might have Googled right there, hey,
Yeah.
what happens when my daughter goes through this? And Google says, you do this, John.
But
So I
yeah,
think
that's
he
their
would-
little Android thing that they got. But let's get into a couple of these comments here. We got
Please
Silhouette
do.
and Natalie. I thought was going to be like, my suit. Come on, y'all didn't have to destroy it. Right? They definitely destroyed her suit. Let's see. Silhouette
Good.
the suit up. Might as well be Myron. Who we talking about? Billy? We got, hold on, TG. Every time I hear the name John Henry Irons, makes me think of Henry Irons. Who's Henry Irons? Y'all,
That was from that comes from folklore. Yeah,
Oh, is that
folklore.
the guy with the cow?
No, with the hammer.
Oh, with the hammer. Okay.
It's honestly it's based off that actually.
Yeah. So Natalie wanted to fight crime. They explored that in season 2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they did. John was hesitant towards it at first. So that's been discussed. But still, Doomsday, bro. I don't know about her fighting.
I mean, you know what though? But they probably didn't realize how much of a savage he was until they were fighting him.
He killed Superman.
Yeah, facts.
Hmm?
But it said Bill A says she's going to up the game on the battle suits, and hopefully the AI they need to run it. Okay, so she's going to Riri Williams the situation is what you're trying to say. She's going to
Basically. Basically, I mean, like, yo, she knows how to do it already. So why not just make a better one? Iron Man did it a whole bunch of times. Shoot, Iron Man had a whole bunch of suits on remote.
We're going to see what happens. But shout out to the chat. There's 72 of you guys in here so far. Thank you for being here. Drop your comments in the chat and we'll post it online and we'll discuss the episode together. But also, to get back into the episode, we see that at the dinner table, Clark finally tells the boys that, hey, I got your grandfather's heart, and it doesn't seem that it's going to cut it as long term as we would have hoped, and that he has a limited amount of time to live. Like, you know, we don't even know how many years, but they did mention how he would probably live around the same amount of time that Lois's father would have. So given that he was already in his 50s, 60s,
Right.
Not that much time.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was handled really well. I love that the Clarks, they're so open and honest with their kids, even though I do feel like Superman should have them out on the battlefield a little more. But as far as communication goes with the family, I love that they have such an open communication style. Okay. And finally, to close out the episode, when the fight was going on with the suit between Superman and John Henry Irons being under the control of this third party, he gets booted from the suit. The suit goes elsewhere, and we see that they're using John Henry Irons' suit to create the new Lex suit. So this is the suit that Lex will be using in upcoming episodes. So what did you guys think of this final, reveal?
I thought it was brilliant. Go ahead.
What you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to say I honestly hate that suit. I really hate that suit. But I hope that when Lex does take it, we do get the purple and green look that we got, or something close to it. So yeah, and then without the helmet, I just don't think he needs the helmet. Like just don't wear the helmet. I'm sorry, it's the helmet. What we did this show before, See the Superior, and we said that looked like the guy who hosts Toonami. I don't want to see Superman fighting. Yeah, I don't want to see him fighting Tom.
My thing is, I thought it was a great way for production to cut costs, right? It's the final season. They said, hey, we got a suit, let's use it. So if they want to repurpose this suit and make it the Lex suit, I'm here for it. Yeah, cut costs, save the budget. What do you think, Vic?
Well, it looks like they're just going to put Lex behind the suit, and whatever upgrades Brainiac does to it, we're gonna see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a whole bunch of kryptonite stash inside the suit, or like kryptonite fingers or something. So every time he punches Superman bleeds. You know what I mean? Like it'll be something with filled with kryptonite and red kryptonite, and it'll be the kryptonite suit.
I'm sorry, that is a lot of kryptonite fingers. So when you saying to him when he wears a suit, he does like this to Clark. All right, he's like, come here, Clark, I'm gonna finger you.
Pause.
But let's get to some of these comments here before we.
Superman's about to get fingered.
We got still animated. Military shape equals 80 at most. Okay, so you think that for Clark is going to live to maybe be about 80. Given that that was like 60, another 20 years possibly. I know because my grandfather was a military colonel.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, he kept himself in shape. Let's see here. Bill A. Milton Myron, yes, throwback to Smallville, but the guy they picked for the role. Oh, you don't like the guy? You don't like the actor? You feel like what's wrong with him? Powered by Superman's real heart. Wait, who are we talking about here? Maybe the real one was never destroyed. Oh, you feel the heart, Superman's heart?
I think it really was. I remember talking with my once again, I talked to my mom a lot about this stuff and whatnot. We go back and forth, but she didn't. I think when we were talking, I was like, yeah, no, I don't think Lex would ever leave that door open of a possibility. So I do think that he totally stepped on that heart.
Oh well, they definitely showed him stepping on. So who knows? But we're going to find out. Tishiso A is going to defeat Doomsday. Apparently not. Apparently not. But that was the episode, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We got 73 of you guys in here so far. If you like the video, please like the video. Subscribe to our channel. See the Superior and Unpopular Review Entertainment. Links are below. And join us next Tuesday, roughly around this time, 7:10, 7:20. You know the deal, guys. And we're going to be discussing the next episode of Superman and Lois. And I'm asking this live on air. Did you guys watch the show? You know what show I'm talking about?
No.
I'm gonna. So
I gotta watch this show.
my dog ate my homework. Is my answer.
Y'all. So when y'all see barely even updates on the channel, blame these two because we don't even. They're not even getting on their Zoom. They're not getting on their Zoom, guys. So. But let us know in the comments what show you would like us to discuss. I know Dune recently came out, since you guys don't want to do the Netflix show. Let me know how you guys feel about Dune. There's also
all this public shaming. All this public shaming is not necessary right now.
Okay? It is honestly hurtful. I feel very hurt here. I might not be here next week, guys.
Months. Okay, guys. But thank you all for being here. Thanks for liking the video, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.
Lady out. You're hilarious.